So the story starts off with this knife. It is a Rough Rider liner lock, and I'm very impressed with it. It has a slight gap, if you can see. Well, light passes through it in the back, but to the eye it's pleasing on the back side. And it doesn't act as a back spring. What it has here is a ball bearing, and when you pull it forward it locks into place very nicely, as you can see. You can see the, let me see if I can show you. You can see that little spot right there. Okay, well, when it comes down it actually locks, the ball bearing actually meets that perfectly and it locks in place. So as it's designed, the blade would never sit centered. Okay, now what you have here is, the way they build theirs is, if you look right here, you have the actual scale of the bone handle. Alright, that has no support. Okay, but bone is pretty it's pretty strong, so you'd have to like really hit it against something to crack that. And then the liner lock is part of your metal structure, which makes this knife a very slim knife. Alright, a lot slimmer than the case model. Now the case model, I gotta say, is built for a lifetime. This, on the other hand, it's very pleasing and works, and it's very functional, but I just don't see this lasting for the long haul, because if you flick it open, the blade will actually go underneath this. So in a situation where you would put this knife under a lot of pressure, I think the blade would actually pop backwards, and that would be an issue. But for everyday use, I think the knife is very nice. It comes absolutely razor sharp. Now I'm holding my iPhone, so I really can't show you, but this knife is, I'm telling you, it is razor sharp. It is a lot sharper than any case knife I have ever received out of the box. I would almost put it in the same category as Kershaw's knives. You know, if you ever pick up a Kershaw, you open it up, it is razor sharp. So this one also comes razor sharp. Very pleased with that edge. You can really see it right there, the way the nice grind they have on there. And that grind is completely perfect with the grind they have here. It's a real high angle. I would say it's definitely a 20 degree. And
we're going to stop this right here. We're going to go straight to the product testing, and we're going to see how these knives fare. This video cannot be 35 minutes long, so we're just going to cut straight towards the results. Alright? So don't go away.
So I've got an elephant toe or a sunfish. Alright, while testing this knife, one thing I really like to test knives on is a t-shirt. And what I do is I just slide the knife across and I see how deep it cuts into the t-shirt. I do this all the time to test my knives to see how well they bite. Because you can have a really sharp knife, but it doesn't have bite. You know, it'll cut through paper nice, but it won't cut through material, which, functionality, basically. So what I did is I basically just ran it across like I always do, and as you can see, the knife has gone backwards. Just like I said it would. I didn't even put very much pressure on it. That's a definite problem. So I basically went to do it, and there you go. So, you know, you do get what you pay for. It's a design flaw that's really bad. That is bad news. Real bad news for this knife. Let me see if I can close it. Alright, so this could be my next carry option. This is an elephant toe, or sunfish as a lot of people call them. I have another one right here, and this is a small Barlow. I've decided I'm not going to carry this one at all. Just the fit and finish on it is not up to par to what I'd even want to carry. It just feels like junk. And hey, I want to point some stuff out to you guys. Right here I have two Bulldog knives, and these are both sunfish. Very beautiful, matter of fact. These will cost you over $100 easily. So let's see the difference between the Rough Rider construction and these. As you can see, the Rough Riders construction right here, it's a very skinny blade. The blade comes down, and this is your master blade right here. Instead of being a thick connection point, it's actually a thin connection point, and they have like a small liner that runs the entire length on the inside of the knife to make up for that. Whatever way you want to call it. So we can see how this thing cuts, and see right now it's got a perfectly good blade, perfectly good grind on it. I want to see if I can actually roll that and see if at the end. Now look what's happening to my knife. It's actually splitting. The entire knife is coming apart. Look at that. The entire knife is coming. I've never had a knife do this to me. Ever. The blade is wobbling. It's done. That's it. That's it. The knife is done. That's what $10 gets you. That's the thing. People get these knives and they'll say, oh yeah, they're just as good. They're beautiful, man. I've fallen in love with them. They're fantastic. I mean, the case knife is 55 bucks, and these are just 10 bucks. You know, the beauty of them is nice. It fools you, but it's the materials that they're using. I mean, this knife is finished. It's finished. It won't even barely close now, and you can see what happens to the knife. See how it's coming apart? That wasn't from hitting it. Now someone's going to watch this video and say, oh, it's because you hit it. I was holding it like that. This is not causing any damage by doing that. Alright, that's not causing any damage. All I was doing was working with a simple piece of pine and going like this. And I'm not Superman here, alright? I just had back surgery. I'm actually in a hell of a lot of pain right now. All I was doing was this. And matter of fact, I didn't even do it very hard. It's not like I was really cranking on it. But look what's happening to the knife. Look at that. I have never had a knife come apart on me like that. Listen to this. Let me turn off this fan here. You guys hear that? And that's it. The knife's chunk. It's finished. To wrap up this video on these Chinese knives, I was just watching a little bit of Haas USMC, one of my favorite channels. Love watching this dude's videos. Good info. Alright, check this out. We have all these Rough Riders, all these, oh look at these. These are American knives. Let's move those to the side. So, hey, this one is totaled, right? Okay? So no one wants that, right? Okay. This one's totaled. Nobody wants that. If I take those apart or do something with them, right? Burn them. This one's very good, actually. A little on the, I don't know, the scales are a little bit on the cheapo side, but I didn't break it. So it's a $14 knife, right? Just received this in the mail. I've actually checked this one out, and this one will not have the issue that the other one did, because it has a thicker spacer back there. So this one actually works. This is imitation tortoise shell. For those of you that know the history of knives, you understand that tortoise shell used to be a knife handle material. And what else? You guys know about... Everyone knows why I'm giving these away. It's because I don't want them. Okay? And I've given away plenty of American knives to my subscribers, but I'm not going to throw these in the trash. This one's actually pretty nice. It's a relatively good knife. I know I said I wouldn't give it to a kid. I wouldn't either. Put it on your workbench, alright? Dad, you use it, alright? It's useful. Tie a little string around it, throw it on your workbench, and you'll always have a knife there for yourself, alright?
So, this is how it's going to work. Anybody that leaves a comment, good or bad, hey, you got a big head, whatever, I don't care. Or hey, I enjoyed the vid, will be eligible. You have to be a subscriber also. Will be eligible for one of these knives. So basically I'm just going to take all your names, and I'm not going to show a video of me pulling it out of a hat. I'm going to just I'm going to have a video on who the winners are and who I'm going to send them off to. And I'll just do that at the beginning of one of my videos. I'll say, hey, I'm going to send this off to Haas USMC, this one to so-and-so, and etc., etc. All right? So, good luck, folks. But I hope you guys enjoyed this vid on the Chinese knives, and they're not really made out to what they're cracked up to be. And soon you'll be seeing a little video on this bad boy, and this is the case trapper lock. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Bye.